good morning. I'm Elmo. This is my friend, business partner, Joni.
Hello.
The team is Commitment. It's a large team, and actually crazy large when you think about like restaurant business and like the industry. It's crazy large, and the whole business takes a lot of commitment. So we had to like a little bit narrow it down to us and specifically to this project around this restaurant. And but first, I want to do a short history of us. We met 2010. I was a trainee in a restaurant, and Joni came from London. It was a 5-year trip, totally Australia, London, somewhere around the world. I don't know, but he came back. I was a trainee at a restaurant, and then we became friends. After that, we worked a few places together, and we founded the company Manos in 2016. And why we did that was to work for ourselves. Like pretty early at the stage, I found out as a chef, you have to be really committed to the job you're doing. Like it was the most you can be skillful with your knife and with the techniques, but the most important thing is to be committed to what you're doing and be interested in that what you're doing. And why would you do that to someone else? All the commitment that you do. Why do you do it for someone else when you can do it for yourself? That was the idea, at least for me, and I think mostly for Joni, who was working in London and stuff like that. I worked long days in top restaurants in Helsinki, but Joni did that much longer, and I think that was his idea much longer. But we could talk about all this all year long. But let's talk about the restaurant, because it took this commitment level to, I didn't even know how committed you can be to one thing. We found the place for the restaurant. It's in Telakakatu. The first time we visited there was January 2017, and we did the rental agreement on July last year, so almost a year ago, and we opened 3 weeks ago. So we had a catering business 2016. It was doing great, yeah, but that was not what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a restaurant, and it was, yeah, it's a crazy journey. Can you start?
Yes.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah. That's another level of commitment and sort of understanding how different industries work when it comes to renovation business. I've been in the restaurant business for 20 years. I don't know anything else. That's what I know. That's what I do. I can hardly count. I can hardly write, but I know something. Anyway, but obviously it's a very time-consuming job in the first place, and then obviously the renovation thing is another big sort of piece in a puzzle that. Yeah, it took us the whole process of the renovation. The place that we have, there hasn't been a restaurant before, and I don't know if any of you know, but it takes it requires quite a lot from the real estate or from the building. Like you need to have a air conditioning, the water supplies, the electricity, all that. It's a massive task for the construction, and obviously it's also expensive. But anyway, so it took us almost nine months to build a restaurant, and at the same time, because obviously we wanted to keep on doing the catering business, and like paying rent to one spot, and then you should have some sort of a kitchen, obviously pay for that place too, and also do renovation and do what you do in your everyday life, like all together. So I don't know how much more committed can you be to one thing, but anyway, I'm happy that the renovation part is over, and now we are in the business that we know the most of. Yeah.
What is the concept of the restaurant?
Thank you. It's we do our ideology is based on good quality Finnish ingredients. We love vegetables. It's a good climate. It's a good soil to grow vegetables in Finland. Like the air is pretty clean still, and the soil is good. So we like vegetables, but also good quality meat and fish can be had. And then like after that, just relaxed atmosphere, good quality natural wines, micro breweries from Finland, and then just bring all that together. I think that pretty much sums up our concept.
Yeah, and with the concept and actually with the restaurant, we wanted to do something a little bit different. Like in Finland, when you build restaurants, you build them to last like 5 years, maybe 1 year, maybe, or you build it to like 1 year and then you maybe have some money and then you build it again. That's stupid. Like honestly, we build a restaurant. The kitchen will last for 20 years. I think it's the most beautiful kitchen in Helsinki. You should just come and see it. And also with the renovation, with the front of the house, it's done in the way that it will last. It doesn't need something next year. Like most of the restaurants are like, okay, we're gonna do this next year. Why do you want to do that? Like, okay, it was expensive to do this at once, but I think it's not so time consuming to do it fine like one time. Just you don't have to think of developing the restaurant in the future. You can just do what you do best and like go further with your concept. And I think with the concept, with the food and with the wines and everything right now, we are at our entry level, and this is where we start from, and we can go a lot further with it. But
you were also saying that your menu is quite flexible, like the way you set up the menu.
Yeah.
You can improvise all the time.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I personally love in the kitchen. I'm in charge of the kitchen, and Joni is more CEO and from front of the house. He's done with cooking for now. But yeah, I love like the everyday concept to be that I get an ingredient, I see it, I taste it, I see how the weather is outside, and I do the dish like day by day. And it can be different dish every day. This is easy for me. The hardest part for me is to like train all the employees to do the same, because they are getting there, but it's super hard. But we don't write any menus down anywhere. Our lunch menu is done last. For next week, it's done on the Wednesday of the last week. Then that has to be written somewhere. But like the evening menu, we don't write anything down. We don't have dishes. We don't even have the ingredients that we are using anywhere. Like, it's a surprise sometimes for the chefs, even, and especially for the customers. And I think no one knows us, like in the restaurant business. The restaurant business people know us, but like for everyday, like for our customers, we are not well-known chefs in Helsinki or in Finland. But it takes a lot of trust from the customer to come to us and say like, there's a price for the menu and 7 to 9 courses, all shared vegetables. Like there's been so many people at our door and they are all like, turn back, there's something is happening there like that we don't really know. And this concept is new in Helsinki. There's like similar concepts in Copenhagen, I think, and maybe somewhere else. But Copenhagen I have seen something like this. But in Helsinki this is new, and we also try to teach Finnish people new ways to be in restaurants. And I don't know, do you want to continue with this?
Tell us about the meat. You were saying how, like, I mean, the base of your menu is veggies.
Yeah.
But you still do serve meat.
Yeah.
But you're not a vegetarian restaurant, so what is your relationship to meat and sources of the meat?
So the menu concept is we have 7 to 9 courses, all vegetarian. Some dried fish and meat stocks we can use on the menu, but like no protein of meat or fish on the menu. And you can buy on the side as an extra. You can buy quality meat and fish as a starter size or as a main course size. Fish or meat or extra vegetables, if you may. The idea, this is actually from Joni, the menu concept, I think. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. It's kind of mixed together with us. Like, the idea is that in Finland, in history, we ate like the basic everyday food was vegetables. We didn't eat meat here because we were poor, and a lot of people are still poor. And the meat was only for like festivals and like Christmas, Juhannus, May Day, like the days that you drink beer and you eat meat. But every day you eat vegetables, and that's your like basic food is vegetables. And the idea is that we want to bring that kind of back, like you eat vegetables, and that's enough for you. You don't need to meat necessary. But if you're feeling like eating meat, you can have some meat, and that's okay. And the meats that we use evenings, the good quality meats, I can tell you the baby lamb's name. No one wants to know it, by the way. We had a pop-up 2016, and we had this one what's it called? What was his name? Komi. Was the name of the bull. Yeah. And like 60% of the people were like, we don't want to know that. Why not? 2017 and 16, like that. It's crazy.
Also, you were mentioning at some point this biodynamic calendar and how you're pairing the wines with
Yeah, you're going to be about that.
Yes, like obviously we do earthy food. I don't mean the soil. I don't mean that you're gonna taste the sand, but you know what I mean. It's close to the earth, so therefore, what goes well with earthy food, natural wines. Yes, we have a sommelier in the house. She follows the biodynamic calendar like a Bible, and to be quite honest, I don't completely understand how it works, but I know that everything in the whole sort of earth and the globe, everything is involved in a biodynamic calendar, like the animals, the soil, the sun, the sea, the wind, the rain, whatever. It's all in the mix. It's all for the greater good. And most of our wines are biodynamic. And it's not because trendy, it's not because that it's like today's topic, it's because it just tastes good and it goes well with the food that we serve. Yes. Anything else?
So basically the concept of the restaurant is kind of healthy lifestyle, and you're buying your food from Finnish.
Yeah, Finnish ingredients only, but like I wouldn't say healthy.
Okay.
Like we do use a lot of salt, butter, cream. Like that's Finnish food. Like we don't wanna apart from that. But if some ingredient only needs some oil and a little salt, then it's served like that. But like it's hard to like. We don't serve Finnish food, we serve Finnish ingredients our way. And like also one of the ideas, like Finnish food has lost its identity at some point. I have my great grandmother's cookbook from 30s, and I've been reading that. There's some of hers like own recipes and very hard to understand the Finnish language back then, but from there we have had like good dishes and like proper like French style cuisine here, but like after the wars when the industrial factories and stuff like that came, so it all went south at some point, I think. Like, and now it's starting to boom again. Like we are having great restaurants here, but they are mostly like there's good pizza places. There's good fine dining places, but like our price level is cheap, for my opinion. The menu is 38 euros, and this is also something that we want to do. Like we don't overprice ourselves. It's very well calculated that how low we can go with the price, and it's hard for us. But that's what we want to do. We want like a lot of people with like, and everyone there, like not only the like people who go to fine dining places. I don't want to take anything away from them. They do a fabulous job for Finnish food culture and for Finnish ingredients, but they are not for everyone because of the prices. And this is like, it's hard, and it's hard to be like the guy who think, or the guys who think differently in like Finland. At least I think so. I don't know like if I've been living in a bubble by myself, but like.
But also, if as a child, you mentioned that your grandfather was a chemist, so kind of from him, maybe you got this passion for experimenting and.
But that's a different lecture. But yeah, I think stuff like very thorough from why does this taste like this? Why does it cook like this? Why people turn back the door? Like, and how the menu is written and like everything. Yeah. But for commitment, it takes, as a restaurateur, a lot. You have to be committed financially. You have to be committed to the concept of the restaurant. You have to be committed to the product. Someone might tell you that this is stupid. Why do you do it like this? And has told us that why do you do it like this? And it's like, why not? But this is a hard industry, I think. One of the hardest in the world. It's only industry that I have done, but like I have seen so many like drowning this project with the restaurant. I've seen so many other people come there and do this, and you try to run the catering, like Joni said, you can try to run the catering, you run the renovation there, you run all the financial stuff in the background, you try to run like social media, you like everything, and at some point you just lose yourself in a moment and like, what am I doing? And then you remember, you go back to the kitchen for 5 minutes, do something, and you're like, this is the reason, and then just continue. And I don't know if it's commitment or is it stupidity. Because let's see. I hope all goes well, and we'll be here next year.
Yeah, and also like the commitment, like it's obviously like what Elmo said, that you are committed, but like as a restaurant, as a business partner, you are committed to the project of your own, but also like you are committed to the staff. You are committed. You need to be committed. You need to pay the staff the wages every month, and you need to look after them. They don't come there if you don't treat them right, and that's one of our goals as well. Like, because I've been cooking it. Let's say that I don't know if any of you know, but like in London, the restaurant business is quite it's not kind, like the sort of French back in the day, the sort of French hierarchy that came and took over the English sort of kitchen mentality, and like it's you are under a constant threat of physical and verbal abuse, like 16 hours a day. And I always kept thinking to myself while I was working, I was like, you know, this is not the way. This is not the way that if I ever have my own place, this is not the way I want it to be run. You know, it's just not, the environment is just not productive. You're working because you're afraid, and that's not how the way it should go. You know, you should be happy, you should be excited to come to work, you should be, you know, inspired by your job. So that's one of the commitments that we want to keep up, and also like commitment to the producers. Like you are committed that you buy the products, and obviously you collaborate with the producers. They can grow stuff for you. They can, you know, and you are committed. You know, obviously paying the bills again, but you know, like obviously this. Whenever I speak, it comes to the financial part, but that is like, even though it shouldn't be like that, but it is. It's unfortunately financial status, running a business, you need to have it. Otherwise you just can't do it. But anyway, I don't know how the speech went, but like I don't know if you get the picture, but you know, like restaurant business, it takes a lot of commitment. And I'm happy that you listen for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.